Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to all of you from our Jester's Court. It's me, Warren Sprague, and I'm here, of course, with the King of Jesters, King Kopy. What's up, buddy?
Everybody. Yeah. How are
Here
you, sir?
for a very special show. Today on Just a Preview, we're going to be meeting with the reigning MVP of the High School Jesters League. She's the face of Durango High School, and along with her cohort, Emmy, has completely transformed Durango High School's improv program from the course of the last 3 years. So it's been awesome to watch her grow, and now it's awesome to have her on the show. Please welcome the MVP from last year's High School Jesters League. It's Maya Swift.
Hi, hello.
Hey, Maya, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing nothing.
Are you on top of the world as our reigning MVP? How does that feel? Last time we saw you, you were accepting an award that very few get to accept. How has the aftermath of that been for you?
Well, the last time you saw me, I was crying. So I think I'm doing better now. Like I said, I'm doing nothing. I feel pretty stagnant since then.
Your coach Karina sent me a text after watching that video with all the cry faces and exclamation points.
I think you had us all crying on Awards Day. All of us enjoyed your speech and totally appreciate your story of growing from, well, just another student sort of scared of their shadow to becoming just the face of your team, but also maybe the face of the league. What's it like being side by side with Emmy as you've built up this Durango team?
Well, everyone knows Emmy. Emmy is like the firecracker of Durango, and I love working with her. She's someone I can always depend on stage. She's constantly and she's always interesting on stage, and she's never had a dull moment. And I know I always can count on her to have like that one thing she could, a funny something. It's always someone I can depend on.
And that was, heck, figuring out you and Emmy was, almost immediate. Just what you guys could actually bring. The league talks so much about Maya and Emmy, but you've got the squad there, man. You've got a whole team of little soldiers that rock and roll. Tell me about the rest of your squad.
Yeah, people don't realize it, but there's a lot more to Durango than what you guys have seen. We are a really small team, I would say. We have our firecracker as well, Robert. He is a junior, I believe, this year, and I love Robert. He is extremely funny and so charismatic. He just needs a lot more focus, but when he's focused, he's hilarious. And Josh, the same thing. Josh everyone has their moments on that team. There's never a dull one. And same thing with Alicia. God, we want her to replace me, basically. Hopefully, I want to retire desperately.
That's great that you're already trying to build up your teammates to kind of take on after you've moved on after this year, finally a senior. What's it like getting ready to bring your type of improv to a digital realm? Are you nervous about having to go online with your comedy?
For me, definitely. I'm actually really scared of being over this digital media. It's a lot different because I'm more of in-person theater type. I love being on stage rather than being over this. It's a lot different because you can actually see people's reactions to things, and on here it's you see people's reactions, but you don't see their it's lagged a bit. You saw just that's a funny joke right away. It's more oh, well, did you like that? And then she's like, yeah. I don't know how to feel about it.
What's interesting, or at least just thinking about you and your crew and just at least your talents. The way that you digest things and interpret things and then continue them and make them all make sense. I feel like that's one of the magics of who you are. So even doing it online, I think you're still going to kill it. And then Emmy, oh my gosh, Emmy's already a walking YouTube channel, right? So just what you guys can do. But I found myself a lot last year saying to a lot of people, I just said, yeah, I know we talk about Maya and Emmy all the time, but you guys don't understand it if you haven't met Alicia yet. Or, oh my God, here's Sasha again, what she just did up there. So there's plenty of layers there. I think my next question for you though is because I've seen you, like I've seen the ups and downs. And I remember meeting you and you came into like the first day of practice your freshman year, and then you disappeared for like 2 months because you were a soccer player. And I remember actually coincidentally being there on your second day, and I went, yes, I definitely remember that girl. And came to you and I said, come on, if you give this much, you're going to get so much out of this league. I see how scared you are. I see how intimidated you are sometimes. Talk about that side of you. If there's someone new or someone who doesn't know a whole lot about this, someone that might join the Durango team, how does that inspire other people? Be inspirational right now, Maya. Go.
I would never say I was super scared of being on stage. I've never had stage fright, but I've definitely had doubts of my personality. Being a freshman and then being nominated right away for a very prestigious award, especially in Jesters, it was really scary. Only because I didn't know myself very well, and I still don't. But that was because I was surrounded by these people who knew themselves. Emmy, Emmy knows exactly who she is. Miley, Isaac, Tirza, Corey, Reno, they all know who they are. And that was terrifying to me, especially I think my sophomore year. I was extremely terrified by them because they knew who they were. And me being there, I was like, I can't do that. That's not who I am, because they were very based on character. I would say Corey, maybe not as much, because Corey was a lot more structured like I was. So I looked up to Corey, but seeing Miley and Emmy together and being able to do so many characters and like off the bat, funny stuff, I was so hesitant so many times. And I guess my advice is just, you kind of have to know yourself before you start, I don't know, being so doubtful. Because I remember just being like, wow, this isn't who I am. Like, I'm not Emmy. And I think the best piece of advice that I can give is actually something Kopy said. So it's Kopy being inspirational, not me. Yeah. Is that you don't have to be the person you are on stage all of the time. And him saying that was extremely like weightlifting.
Yeah, it's liberating, right? It's like
exactly
pushes off a little bit.
So when he said that, I just realized, like, man, I don't always have to be funny. I mean, yeah, of course you're going to say funny things in real life, but on stage, you can be that person, but you also don't have to be that same exact person, especially if you're in a meeting setting like this. I don't have to continuously, like, crack off a joke, but on stage, it's a different thing, and that's when you can be your stage presence. And I loved hearing Kopy say that, and it was the best thing I've probably heard from someone when it comes to entertainment.
That perspective is important. And, you know, a lot of people, regardless of their experience level, still get those butterflies when they're performing. I get them all the time. I'm never quite as confident in my ability to be funny too. So I think your feedback speaks to a ton of different experience levels. And I thank you for that. I mean, I still kind of want to be Maya when I grow up. So we appreciate your direct advice.
You know, it's funny. I think that actually speaks to all three of us. I think all three of us are different performers than who we are as people. So I know how to turn it on, and I know what is needed in a scene, and I can go. Maya has that. Warren has that. Warren is the closest to an Emmy as a performer than of the three of us for sure. Just he has that switch. He has that wild switch. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that goes a long way if we can understand that.
A big part of what's made Durango special, though, is your coach. Over these last several years, you've had a consistent voice at the helm of your team. And honestly, we feel like it's important for those coaches to get a highlight as we build towards the new year. And the only way to do that today, Maya, is to ask you to give us some words of wisdom as if you were Karina yourself. What would you have to say to the Durango team as we move into the year as Karina?
15 seconds of wisdom from Karina. Warren, turn off your camera. Go ahead, Coach Karina. What do you have to say?
First of all, I'm just going to say that I already bully her so much, so I know she's going to see this, so I'm sorry, Karina. Guys, that was so good. You just need to, I can't even say anything. That was good. I can't go up there and I can't show you what to do, but it was good, guys. Maybe just have a little bit more of this. She states something. She actually does. I just don't remember exactly what she said. But, guys, that was so good. I really can't do impressions. That's not my thing. But I love Karina. I just
Okay.
bully her constantly.
Oh yeah, we get it.
I respect it. That's me as coach too. It's like I don't know what to tell you to be you, but it was good. So thanks for that. Very cool.
Well, we're all kind of nervous about being in the online world, or at least most people are. So we want to put ourselves to the challenge, and we want to play some games. So we are going to literally pick an improv game out of a hat, a bunch of games that are in here that all three of us are going to play for you. So I've been doing this a long time, Warren's been doing this a long time. Maya's reigning MVP. Let's just go for it. So a blind pick of a game. And that particular game is, my favorite, Countdown.
Yeah. All right.
So
I don't think Durango's ever done Countdown. And if we've done, I don't know when.
You don't believe in simple games, do you?
Here's how Countdown works. We're just going to play a very simple little scene. We're going to time it. I'm going to time it on my little stopwatch here using my phone, actually. Weird, I'm using technology. And however long it took us to do the scene, we're going to replay it in half that amount of time. And we're going to do that again and do that again. We're going to keep cutting the time in half and half and half until Warren's beard falls off. So let's do something very simple. Maya, you were just gifted $1 million. What would you do with it?
I don't want to buy a yacht.
Cool. Yacht is our suggestion. I'm going to let the two of you start, and I'm going to enter this scene. So yacht is our suggestion. I will start the clock whenever you guys start the scene. Here we go. Let's begin.
Margaret, the Florida Keys are so lovely this time of year.
It truly does have a little impact on my heart. The serotonin levels are extremely high this morning. David.
I'm so glad to hear your serotonin. Oh, wait. Oh, gosh. Have you found that? Oh, no. We've hit a rock.
Oh, David, what are we going to do? I can't swim. David, I truly cannot swim. I didn't learn. I didn't go to school. I didn't do anything. I'm too rich for that.
Did you bring the family dog, dear? Isn't he down in the basement?
He smelled, so I put him outside before we left. I didn't know we had to bring him.
We're on a boat, dear. We're always outside, and now, oh, dear, we're shifting into a whirlpool.
What do you got doing up there? You ran into my fishing boat.
Oh, son Bartholomew, are you okay, boy?
Yes, indeed. You ran into my fishing boat that we were towing on our boat. You ran into it. Oh.
Good dear, you smell, son. Where have you been?
I'm afraid that there's no more time for dilly-dally. Time to sink.
You can get in my fishing boat. I'm just fine. You don't have to sink.
No, thank you. It smells far too much. Thank you.
Okay, seed. All right, so checking the time. We did that in 1 minute and 15 seconds. So cutting 75 seconds in half would be
36.
Calculator, dear.
Cool, 36 seconds. So we're going to redo that same scene in 36 seconds. Here we go, and begin.
Margaret, the Florida Keys are so nice this time of year.
I am very hip-hop choppy today, aren't you? Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful day outside. I love weather.
Oh,
Did
yes,
you bring our family dog?
what is that brown thing in the sea? What is that?
Oh, that's our dog. Hello, dog. Oh,
No, I
no,
put him
hit
outside.
something. Help me. Oh, goodness.
David! Dear David!
Hello.
You guys hit the fishing boat. My fishing boat.
Oh, my little boy who I've given a fishing boat to train in the art of fishing.
I thought we got rid of you months ago.
No, we were towing my boat. It's my family fishing boat.
Enough dilly-dally.
Why do you smell so bad, dear?
You guys can be in the boat with me. You don't have to sink. Scene.
No, thank you. I'd rather die.
Okay, good. You know what? We went over by a couple of seconds, but that's okay. 36 cut in half is
18.
18. We're gonna do the same scene in 18 seconds. Let's begin.
Oh, it's beautiful in the Florida Keys. Margaret?
I'm so happy.
Oh, I'm glad you're happy. Did you get the dog?
Ah, you guys hit the boat.
Dog
Oh, no,
outside.
we're crashing. Oh, God. Come for me. Oh, look at the boy. Hello, boy. Oh, too late. We're sinking.
You
Take
smell
my
like
hand. Get
fish.
my boat.
Hey, look, I'm swimming.
Good. So cutting 18 and a half is 9 seconds. Same scene in 9 seconds. Go.
I love the Florida Keys. Hello, Margaret.
5 seconds. Here we go. Begin.
Florida, hurricane, crashing.
The sun stinks so bad.
Boy.
All right, we're good. We're not going to cut that in half. We're fine.
You sure?
Well, that means with that game in the books, we have only one more thing to pay some credence to, and that's our very own wisdom from song. Because, you know, music is so inspirational. Let's take a look at what wisdom song has for us today.
We're going down, down. In an earlier round, Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be number one with a bullet. Whew.
Guys, I'm literally uncomfortable.
I feel an itch coming.
Oh, what kind of itch? Like a rash?
You don't want
Just
it.
wrap this
A
up.
rash of bad music. Yeah, that's all the time we have, guys, on Just a Preview. We'll be back next week with some more schools to highlight, and we'll see you guys then.